Welcome back to Landing Zone Home. Today I've got a video that's going to be of great interest to Airstream owners and maybe those folks that's considering Airstreams right now. They're wondering about the quality and the build and how these things hold up and are they really worth the price? Well, I'm at the 1 year mark on my Airstream and we're going to do a walk around and talk about some of the features that have proven to be good and some maybe not so good and how things hold up in terms of quality. So stick around. But to get started, let's take a look at the top of Georgia Airstream Park. We're here in the last couple of days of September. The weather is turned off, it's pretty cool, and look at all that eye candy of those Airstreams down through there. The park is really beautiful. It's open to all and any Airstream owners. It's very reasonable. There are hookups, water, power, cable TV, Wi-Fi, and sewer. So if you're in northern Georgia and you have an Airstream, you're welcome to come on in. For a number of years, I was a process engineer, and I'd go into manufacturing companies and they would tell me, Jack, that we need to have this fast, cheap, and good. And I would always tell them, we'll pick two because you can't get all three. And I think the trade-off that Airstream has made is the price is higher than the other RVs, but I think really in the end the quality and the durability of these trailers are much better. We have the 2020 Flying Cloud 27 front bed, and it's 13 months old right now. It was built in July of 2019 and we bought it in August of 2019. And we've only taken it back for warranty service one time. That was on 5 minor issues, and I'll post a link to that video that covers those issues, but nothing really dramatic. I mean, the quality that we have found in this, we're going to walk around and talk about that, but let's just start right here at the front. And you can see that I am using the Proven Locks hitch coupler. I really like that. We use the Walbernized products to clean and to polish the Airstream. It does have the clear coat finish on it, so that's the only thing I use. I don't want to do anything to damage this clear coat. And we do keep ours under a cover, a carport built for it, so it is really staying in good shape externally. It looks just as good today as it did the day that we purchased it. I will say that these awnings, the awning package that you get, I'm not sure what they cost, but they are worth every penny of that. They really cut down the sun when you're in the warm climates, and like this weekend, it's been raining cats and dogs, and we had this awning out and had the windows open to get a little breeze coming through, and no rain whatsoever came in. One feature I really like is this storage for your sewer hose. It's really convenient. It holds my 10-foot section of my Camco Rhino Flex hose. The other 10-foot section I put in the back bumper, and that works out real well. I've had no issues with the holding tanks. And the black tank, I use the Happy Campers black tank treatment, and that works really great. We don't have any odor at all. As a matter of fact, I've been using that product for close to 15 years, and I've never had an odor, never had a clog, and it's really good. I can say that some folks talk about the shower. It's not the most convenient location, but we really haven't used it except to rinse off some fishing rods once when we were down in the Florida Keys. Now, opening the windows, as all Airstream owners know, can be a little bit difficult because with the rubber gaskets, the seals in there, the windows do want to stick. And I've used the 303 spray conditioner for the seals. That hasn't really helped. I don't know if it improves over time or what, but so what we do is we come out with a credit card or some kind of thin plastic to slide under the edge of the window, then it opens up really well. Just be careful and don't use anything hard like a knife or something. You might actually damage your window. The back bumper storage is really good since we know there's not a lot of external storage on an Airstream. I keep several things in here and it's worked out really well so far. Now on the downside, I'm going to say that the door is something that has given us a little bit of a concern. It's really difficult to close, and I know that from day one when you talk to an Airstream salesman, they're very proud of the door. They'll tell you how many hours it takes to manufacture it and all that, and you have to really slam it to get it to close. Well, we've taken all of the steps that people recommend with the stabilizers down, stabilizers up, making sure you're as level as you can be, and we still have to close this door real hard. And frequently we'll think it's closed, and then I'll look down at the bottom and you can see a little daylight sneaking in through the bottom of the door. You know you haven't done a good job. Not really pleased with that. Now the tires are the Goodyear Endurance tires, and these are really exceptional tires. I've got about 4,000 miles on these, and the tread is it's almost looking like it's new. I keep correct air pressure in these. I run 70 psi in these, and I have a tire pressure monitoring system. Now, just because I run 70 doesn't mean 70 psi is going to be good for you. There is a chart that Goodyear produces where you can determine the weight of your trailer, the size of your tire, and then it'll give you a recommended pressure. The tires say 80 psi max on the side. That doesn't necessarily mean you should run 80 psi. The X-Chocks work really well. We went out a couple of times when we first purchased it, and we had a little bit of movement motion when folks were walking around. There's three of us that travel together, my wife, my daughter, and myself. So I picked up these X-Chocks, and they do stabilize quite a bit. So I recommend those if you're looking for something to get a little more stability in your trailer. The steps are quite different from anything you'll find on other RVs. These were a little bit intimidating at first, on how to fold them up and do it correctly and make them safe. So if you'd like to see that done, you can check out my Airstream new owner video for safety, and I'll show you the best way to fold these steps up and to keep them safe. The awning has worked perfectly, and I am now probably an expert of taking it down and putting it back up, because I'm really cautious of having this out if there's going to be any wind or anything more than just a light rain. I know it doesn't take much to damage an awning. I never leave the Airstream with the awning deployed, so that's something to think about right there. No damage up front in terms of marks from rocks bouncing up or anything like that. Everything is looking just as good as the day we purchased it. We have the factory solar, so it came with AGM batteries, and I didn't like having those just available to anyone that wanted to lift up the cover, so I did add this lock here to the battery compartment, which is a pretty cheap upgrade. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link down in the video description below. To make our Airstream more comfortable for our needs, we've eliminated the dinette, and we've dropped that down and just made a large sitting area. So I mentioned there's three of us, 3 adults traveling, and this works out real well. We don't have any issues with eating. We have trays to do that, and it just really makes it comfortable in here. The only ongoing maintenance issue that I have that I haven't resolved yet is one of these hinges here came apart, and I haven't figured out how to get that back in place. I've seen a video online, and I just need to get back home and spend some time with that and get that snapped back in. But when we purchased our Airstream, I was more than just a little concerned. See how that door comes out right there? More than a little concerned with these cabinets and how long they would hold up, but I've been very surprised in how well they have done. So after our 13 months of use, I think we've camped 42 days in that 13 months, and our shades have held up well. I know in a lot of RVs, if you use your shades a lot, you're going to start having issues. but we've had no issues. They've held up real well. And you can see a little bit of condensation build up on my windows. I normally run a little dehumidifier to take care of that, but I haven't turned that on yet this morning. If you watch my video on the first warranty service, there was an issue with this range hood vent. What happens is it gets hot after just a few minutes of running, depending on how much heat you have coming off of the stove, and then the fan shuts off. And the dealer couldn't fix that. So if you're having that issue, go back and check my video and see what happened with it. That's the only thing that I think was a low quality item that Airstream put in the trailer, and hopefully they'll fix that in the future. Well, that just about covers it. So if you're in the market for an Airstream, you need to get into one and sit in it, lay on the bed, open the cabinets, open the doors, and see what it's all about. The interiors look pretty much elegant, but they're very functional and they're very sturdy. I think they will last a long, long time. So is an Airstream worth what you pay for it? Well, this is my third RV. We had a Class A, we had a huge fifth wheel, and now we have this 27 front bed Airstream Flying Cloud. And quality comes at a price. And I think we all know that Airstreams are a little bit on the pricey side. And from my experiences, I think you get what you pay for. We had only the one warranty service, as I said, and I'm quite happy with that. The other thing that really helps you absorb the impact of the cost of the Airstream is the value retention. Airstreams hold their value, I think, much, much more than just about any other RV. And even right now, during this period of COVID, I've seen where Airstreams have become a little bit in high demand, and some folks have sold their Airstreams at a price more than what they paid for it just 12 or 18 months ago. And with other traditional box RVs, you're just not going to do that. They depreciate much, much faster than an Airstream would. So I'm very happy with our purchase. I think we've had a great time camping in it this last year. We had plans to do many more trips, but we kind of had to put those on hold due to the nature of the COVID and campgrounds closing and things like that. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you'll get notifications of future videos. And if you haven't yet seen my series for new Airstream owners, check that out as well. So until next time, thanks for watching.